In this video, I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite hosts for mainly WordPress hosting, and it's called 5Cloudhost. There's a few reasons why I like them. I've been with them for just over a year now, and in that time I've had very good service, very good customer support, and I believe I only had one outage, but that's when a lot of providers were down in America, in Dallas, because there were storms and stuff there. But as an apology, they actually gave me additional disk space and some additional RAM on my account, my resource allocation. That was very generous. Okay, so 5Cloudhost is a bit different to a lot of the regular hosts in that you're paying for 5 years of hosting up front. Now, I was a bit wary of this. I did do a trial first and see if they were any good, and I looked around for reviews, and I found that they were good. Their parent company is a big web hosting provider. So this is like their retail service, if you want. So what happens is with 5Cloudhost that you pay upfront for 5 years, so you don't have to worry about price increases, you don't have to worry about any changes, and then after the 5 years you can renew at the same rate if you want. So that's a good option. I know with, for example, a service I used to have hosting with SiteGround. What I really dislike with them is that they give you these amazing plans to start off with. Let me just pull up there. What's going on? Okay, so you see it says that even their basic plan is $2.99 a month, but it says it's discounted from $11.99. So you think you're getting a good deal, but what that means is if you're paying for $2.99, I think is the 12-month price. Let me just make sure. I don't know. Let's see if that works. Okay, fine. I can't think of a domain. There. Where's the pricing? Okay, so if you look at the pricing here, 1 month is 16 British pound, which is almost $20 for it's not even the best service anymore. They had a big issue recently where sites were being de-indexed from Google and they were blaming all sorts, but in the end it was their own fault. I would never ever promote SiteGround again. I recommend you stay away from them. So 1 month is $16.99, which is crazy. 12 months is £2.99, so you get a bill of £36 ex VAT. Or you get 24 months. Why is 24 months? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, so they hook you in for a year, and then after that year, you're not even offered that same price. And it doesn't matter how long you've been a customer, they will push you onto this plan for $11.99 a month. Now, SiteGround is not worth it for that much. Even this basic package is not worth it. You only get one website, 10 gig. They've got this visitor count, blah blah blah. Daily backup, free CDN. I mean, you can get all this stuff a lot cheaper, and you can get much better long-term pricing. So always look out for these offers and these totals that I've got to strike through, because these are the price that you'll be paying after your initial period. So forget that, but it's very common. I think not Google, what's it called? GoDaddy do the same. Fast Comment, all of them do it now. I really dislike that. I like to know how much I'm paying, and then after my term, I want to know that I'm paying the same price. So with my last few reviews, the price you see is the price you pay. So that's why I won't ever promote SiteGround again. But back to 5Cloudhost. You can choose to host in USA or Europe. I recommend just stick to USA. I believe it's in Dallas. Yes, Dallas. Now, depending on what you want to do, I host WordPress websites. I actually got, let me see. I believe I have about 60 WordPress websites, of which about 30 of them are maybe 30 or so are Google News websites. And I'm on the plan above Cloud Enterprise, but I was initially on Cloud Enterprise, and it was perfectly good. You get 2 CPUs, 2 gig RAM, 100 entry processors, which is more than enough. even the cloud business plan is more than enough for most people. You get 10 domains, 15 gig, which is plenty, in Dallas. Dedicated resources, you get 100% CPU, 1 gig of RAM, and 50 entry processors. You also get a 30-day money back guarantee in all accounts. But if you just want to start off, just try them. You can just go on the basic plan, but you get a 30-day guarantee, so at least go for cloud business. But if you're going to have like a busier site or a WooCommerce site, go for the 2 CPU, 2 gig RAM. Or when you sign up, they'll offer you the Cloud Enterprise Plus, which is 4 CPU and 4 gig, which is almost like a semi-dedicated hosting. It's very good quality. With them you get daily backups, free SSL standard, firewall, and a WAF. What's it called? I forgot what it stands for. Virus and malware, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited emails. I do use them for some catch-all accounts because a lot of providers don't offer that anymore. So that's handy. Unlimited subdomains, unlimited MySQL databases, one-click CDM with Cloudflare. I don't normally do that. I normally do it myself manually in the Cloudflare control panel. One-click app install, Softaculous, which is good. Multiple PHP versions, and it's powered by cPanel, which for me is important because I'm used to cPanel, and for me it's still the premier control panel. So why 5 cloud host? So they've got very powerful servers, fully redundant cloud, secure infrastructure, instant activation, dedicated support. I think it is 24/7 support. You'll have contact them at odd hours. You do get reply back pretty quick. Powerful automation. Okay, so they've gone about their infrastructure a bit more here. Custom web server configurations. Okay, Cloudflare optimized partner, SSD only RAID protection. Everyone offers SSD now anyway. Okay, and if my main thing is WordPress, because they also give you free installs for Magento, WooCommerce, PrestaShop, Node.js, Joomla, and so on. Again, they use their Cloudflare, cPanel, and Clyde Linux to help manage the server use. Payment, PayPal, Skrill, and CoinGate, and so on. Okay, so this is the important bit. So what happened in 5 years? After 5 years. After 5 years, they give you a renewal invoice for exactly the same price that you pay today. So unlike SiteGround, who actually they multiplied by 3 or 4 the initial term, you pay the same money again. They don't cap your billing commission today, but they send you an invoice, and you get 30 days to pay. So you've got 30 days to decide if you want to carry on after your initial 5-year term. So it's not a surprise bank charge. How can they provide it? They've got thousands of websites, they've got a good infrastructure, and so on. Yeah, they already have data centers and so on, so they're paying for all that, so they can offer good packages. Yeah, so important thing to note is that it's still shared hosting. Even though you're getting good resource allocation, you don't want to abuse it and treat it like a VPS. If you've got VPS worthy applications like a web store or a very busy site, put that on a VPS and have dedicated resources. Don't be silly. Okay, if customers who want to abuse the resources. Okay, their parent company has been providing web hosting since 2012. So it's not just like an overnight thing, they've been going for a long time. They've got servers in many locations, but for this offering, they're offering you Dallas, Texas, and Bucharest, Romania for Europe. Like it says here. I think these are the main two. And you shouldn't be using it as a data storage, data backup service. Good. Okay, price, haven't I? Yeah. Okay, so let me just go through this pricing one more time. So the base account I wouldn't really go for. It works at $10 a year, but it's not really worth it. For running WordPress and similar applications, you want minimum 1 gig RAM and 1 CPU. So you get 10 domains, 15 gig storage, Dallas, Texas, or Bucharest, Romania. and that's a very good account. Or even better, go for Cloud Enterprise, unlimited hosted domain. So the way the unlimited domains work, you get one main domain for the whole account, and then in cPanel you get add-on domains. So they are still, you still set them up in the same way, but inside cPanel, in the public HTML folder, it sets a folder for each domain name, and then the domain is pointed to that folder. So it works like a normal website, but it manages it all in cPanel. So that's how it works. So you get unlimited hosted domain. Like I said, I've got around 60 WordPress websites. About 30 of them, half of them are Google News websites, and they're running perfectly fine on the Cloud Enterprise Plus version, and they probably would work fine on the Cloud Enterprise version. I just chose the higher version because I knew I wanted busy Google News sites. So that's all that. Is there anything else to go through? I think I've been through everything. So there'll be a link below to pick up this deal. I believe it's on offer. Yeah, it's on offer right now. So it's the two packages I recommend are these two. They're $97 for 5 years, which is $20 a year, or $150 for 5 years. This is an absolutely amazing price. This works at $30 a year, and I believe the Cloud Enterprise Plus is, actually I'm not sure. I forgot how much I could pay for it, but they don't offer it on the front end. They offer it to you later on. So that's why I'd go for this package here, and then wait for the upgrade. It's definitely worth it. So if you find this useful, there's a link below to pick up this deal. It's very good hosting. I host a lot of websites there, so that's why I can happily trust them and review them, because I know that the service is good. That's why I recommend them. All the reviews I do is services that I use or have used or will use. It's not just any random review. I won't review services such as SiteGround or FastCommit or GoDaddy, because I wouldn't ever imagine using them. But there are some providers that I will be using in the future, but there's only so much I can do at one time. And right now I've probably got about 10 different hosting providers, including a couple of VPS providers, and it's difficult to manage all of them. So anyway, I'll leave that here for now. If you do sign up, leave a comment below or let me know. It'll be interesting to see what plan you got and how it's going for you, and hope you find it useful, and let's see you in the next review. Bye.